Welcome to the Money Magnifier channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike, and I want to help you win with money. On this channel, we will discuss all things money. If this interests you, please stick around. Today's topic for episode 2 is going to be tracking your monthly spending. So why should you track your spending? I mean, you can track it monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, semi-yearly, or yearly if you really wanted to. Now, obviously, the closer the interval that you use, the easier it's going to be to do it because you don't have to go so far back. So some of the advantages to tracking your spending are awareness and control. Knowing where your money is going and having that awareness gives you the control to spend your money how you want it spent. Creating and sticking to a budget. Now, how do you know where to even start with your budget? How much is your rent? How much is your utilities? On a per monthly average or a per yearly average. That way you can break it down into a monthly average. That's what we do. Create and achieve financial goals. I don't know the statistics, but everyone's pretty much heard it of what a SMART goal is and being able to have a meaningful goal and writing that goal down. Those who write down their goals are more successful in completing them. Are you writing down your goals? By tracking your spending, you can identify and eliminate waste in your budget. Do you have streaming services with Apple and Netflix and Disney and Hulu? You can go down the list. How many of these things do you have? Do you have Amazon Prime and not using the video? Could you eliminate that Apple TV if you have Amazon Prime? Things like that. That's just with apps and things, streaming services. But where else are you wasting money? Are you going to the Dollar Tree every 5 seconds like my wife? Or are you spending too much money in certain categories that you don't even realize? Are you going out to restaurants more that you don't recognize that you're doing this? By tracking your spending, you can start to see those trends and be like, okay, we need to cut back in this because we are wasting way too much money. You'd reduce your financial stress. Think about that. If you have awareness and control of your spending, you have a budget, you've eliminated waste. Think of that stress that's just completely taken off your plate. Do that and it'll just help your mental health on a daily basis. It'll help improve your decision making. If you recognize that, hey, I'm spending $250 on my phone bill. And if you didn't know that you were doing that because you have automatic payment set up, now you can maybe switch to, I'm not affiliated with anybody here at this point, but Mint Mobile or any of these other cheaper phone plans, or even just contact your phone provider because maybe you can't change your phone number or something along those lines and you just want to contact your provider and see if there's a cheaper plan for you or if there's a better way to organize your plan. The last reason why you could track your spending, at least the last reason that I've identified for myself and felt like you could share, or I should share with you guys, is to prevent fraud. Maybe there are transactions that aren't ones that you've done. If everything is automated and you never look at your banking account, you never know. Maybe the last time you went to that restaurant, the waiter might have swiped your card and kept something and is buying their monthly subscription, or they're doing something. You know, in this today's day and age, you can't really trust anybody with your finances. So track it, identify all these things, gain control of your money, and this will help you in the long run. So now I'm going to go over our method, how we track our monthly spending. So we start off with good old-fashioned paper receipts. I know it's old-fashioned, but what we do is we save these receipts every single month. And we just have a spot in our kitchen. We put them down, and then we've got a little thing that we put on top of them so they stay in place. And at the end of the month, we grab them all. We put them in order by date, and then we go through them. So obviously, Walmart ones, Target, things of those sorts. You can get multiple different categories. So, for example, we've got a personal care, a health care, a pet, a schooling because we homeschool our kids. We've got grocery, restaurant. We have all these different areas that we budget. And I'm going to share that budget with you here shortly. But these Walmart ones and such can be a bit more complicated. So, for example, this Walmart had $11.69 of grocery, $35.14 of personal care, and then $35.15 of gift. So now I can accurately place these money amounts into my budget, and I'll know how much I spend. And this was from November 28th, which would have been Black Friday. So we spent a little bit of money. We went out Black Friday shopping, just a little bit. We didn't go crazy because that just doesn't fit into our budget. We don't really normally do that because Black Friday tends to be just a bunch of consumer stuff and not a whole lot of what you actually need. But I think my wife did find some socks and things that the kids can use on a pretty good discount. So it is always worth looking at those things. So next, when we're done with the receipts, we go to our online banking. This is a big aspect for us. We make sure to get that high yield savings account. So most of our stuff is in online banking. I specifically, again, not affiliated to this channel at all, is SoFi. I'll attach my link to the description down below if you feel like checking out SoFi. Right now, their high yield savings is 3.6% APR. So it's a little bit better than the brick and mortar, which gives you like what, 0.1%. Anyways, the online banking, we use credit card and get the 2% cash back or whatever. We play that game a little bit. Make sure that you are a credit card person. If you want more information on that, Dave Ramsey and them guys have all the information on if you are a credit card person. Again, not affiliated with Dave Ramsey, but I'm a fan. I'm Dave Ramsey-ish. So we go into our online banking, we look at all of our transactions, and my wife and I, we kind of work as a team. Sometimes I'll do it myself, but it works better for us. It just gets it done a little bit quicker when I say Walmart, $81.98, and then she'll read off the categories: grocery, personal care, gift, and then I can write that down on a sheet of paper here. That allows me to then calculate all that, and then all of that information will go into the budget. So speaking of the budget, as you can see, our budget is broken down into many different categories. First, we've got our property tax. That doesn't change generally too much. Obviously, once a year, our property tax goes up. We live in the state of Illinois, so normally it goes up quite a bit. Then we go to gas and electric. So we budget $300 a month for our gas and electric. Now, we've been doing really well this year. I've been focused on that as an area to improve upon. And we spent $153 and some change for this would have been middle of September to middle of October. That would then be due for our November bill. Sewer trash, not much there. That's generally the same. Water bill, $75. That was yellow on the budget because that was right at what we budget, $75. And I color code our budget to know green means we were under, yellow means we're right at, and red means we overspent. Grocery, $310. That's the lowest of the entire year for us. Again, this was an area that we came into the month of November and like, hey, let's do better. We have a couple of other things that we're going to be spending a little bit more money on. And so let's try and cut our grocery budget down a bit. Now we do have a pantry in our house, so we were able to do some more pantry meals and get that bill down. Restaurants was at $88. Not bad. We didn't go out too much. But there's a little bit more of a story with that. We sometimes get gift cards from Costco. Buy $100 for $80. And they have those good deals. So we do that. I think we used that once this month as well. Debt, that is just an AC unit that we had to buy when we bought the house. It's a 0% interest. It's literally the only money debt that I have in my life, and 0%, I might as well just keep it hanging around for a little bit longer. Insurance, this is a category that's red, and it's already done for December as well, because insurance just keeps going up in this world. We have homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance. So we got all the insurances. I don't include my work health insurance, just for the simple fact that comes out of my paycheck every month, and there's really no reason to include it here. You can decide if that's something that you want to include in your budget or not. That way you can use the gross numbers from your paycheck. I use my net numbers for my paycheck. Gross is before tax and before deductions. Net is after all deductions have been taken out. Clothing and personal care, health care, $112, not too bad. Clothing, personal care, we're focused on not buying things. We, generally right around $100, I think, for that, and we budget a little bit more. I think it's $150 a month is what we budget. We've got our AT&T cell phone bill. October was a bit higher. We got some new phones, but now we're back to what we normally spend, which is $134. School, again, we homeschool. We don't, our kids don't go to public school, so we pay and buy those curriculums and things like that. Luckily, the state of Illinois does have a homeschool deduction, so at the end of the year, we'll be able to calculate all that and deduct that from our state income tax. That's normally not much. The month of November was a bit higher, $633, because they had some good deals on curriculum. If you're a homeschooler and you don't already know, November is generally a good time to buy new homeschool supplies, as they have those good deals. There's also an expo, I believe in March timeframe, near where we are, that we go to that. My wife generally gets some homeschool stuff then as well. Home improvement, $330. We own our home, so we're normally fixing things and getting some things done. I also include like paper towel and dish soap and things of that nature as home improvement, whereas Kleenex and let's just say toilet paper, the great toilet paper crisis of 2020 is now done, but at one time it was crazy. That would be personal care. Pet, we already had dog food this month. So when we went to Costco, we didn't get dog food. Gasoline, $88. We are a family of 4 with 2 cars. We get our gas one time per month. We'll probably take a deeper dive into how we manage that. Not for everybody, I'm sure, especially in the winter months. But $88. I go to work every day, 5 days a week. And luckily I don't live too far from work. And my wife stays at home with the kids and does homeschool and things of that nature. So we don't use a ton of gas when we're just kind of living our lives and not going on like traveling or anything like that. Car maintenance, little to none. We've got reliable vehicles. So that is a key aspect to a budget, is having a reliable vehicle. Let's see here. Entertainment, $74. That is our membership to the YMCA. We find that the YMCA is very valuable to our family. Kids are in swimming lessons. My wife uses the classes. I go there and get my pumping iron on. Not really, not too much. Walk at the track for the most part. And we go swimming as a family. Travel, $28. That was a rental car fee. Now, here's the big one for us in the month of November, $693 in gift. So we give to our church every month, but then also Christmas is in December. So what happens in November for us? We normally aren't last minute shoppers. We don't like to wait until the day before Christmas. I personally cannot stand going anywhere near a store in the month of December because it's crazy. Let's just not get ourselves. So we also have both of our children. They have their birthdays in the month of December. I have a sibling's birthday in the month of December and a nephew. So lots of birthdays, lots of things going on. So November's kind of a big time for us to get gifts. So that one went a little over budget, but for the year, we still have $500 remaining. So for December, if we have to get those last gift giving for our budget plan for the year, we're still about $500 left. Hobbies, $6. That's neither here nor there. And then miscellaneous. There's a couple of bucks missing out of my wife's purse that she didn't know where she spent because, we will go out and just randomly, do something more spontaneously and, oh, well, I got $5. Or maybe the store gives a discount if you use cash instead of card. Those types of things. You got to have that miscellaneous. So, where are we spending our money on a monthly basis? We know. So, $310 family of four for our groceries. Where are you at? Write a comment down below. See, share your family of four. How much are you guys spending on groceries? Can you beat me? This was a good month. I haven't had this good where we haven't had this good of a month all year. So tell us how you did. So to answer that question from the beginning of the video, only 32% of Americans in that survey tracked how much they spent. And remember, 80% overspent. So maybe tracking will help you not overspend. Well, thank you for spending some of your time with me today. If you found this interesting or any type of value to you, please smash that like button and give me a subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're a new channel. Thank you.